to Let's Cook That. So today you have me. I know it's going to seem a little weird not having my mom in the video, but I decided to show you guys how to make calabazas guisadas. Well, that's the way my grandma calls them, and the way I'm going to show you guys is the way she's been doing it. But there is a little things that you can keep out of the recipe, or you can do a little bit different. But technically they're called calabazas a la Mexicana, but I've always known them as calabazas guisadas. So let's get started. For your ingredient, we're going to use 1 piece of onion, 1 small garlic clove, 1 jalapeno, 3 tomatoes. We're going to be using a can of corn. Your pato sauce is going to be optional. You're going to be using butter, half a cup of mozzarella cheese as your topping, and your most important part are going to be your calabazas, which is zucchinis. So when you are going to cut up your calabaza, go ahead and start by removing the edges from the sides. And then you can cut it however you like, into smaller or bigger pieces, but we're just going to go ahead and cut it in half. Then once you do that half, you're going to cut it in half once again. And then all you're going to do is go like this. So you want your pieces to look like this. You can make them smaller, but they are going to shrink a little bit, so don't make them too small. Second zucchini that I started cutting up, I realized that if you do it just in half, they're going to be really big pieces. So go ahead and do it like 4 times. You'll have smaller pieces, but that's good because look at, they're still pretty big because it was a really wide zucchini. So now that I have everything cut up and it's all nice and cute, I started heating up my pan. So once it's heated, feels pretty warm, we're going to go ahead and start off with butter. So let's go ahead and add butter. You're going to add, this is about 2.5 tablespoons because I did really big tablespoons. We're going to go ahead and let it melt. Now that our butter is melted, we're going to go ahead and add our onion. So you're going to go ahead and saute your onion. This usually takes about 2 to 3 minutes. So it's been 2 minutes. As you can see, you're going to tell that your onion is going to get that translucent color. So once you see your onion changing color, go ahead and add your jalapeños and cook it for about another 2 minutes. So the jalapeno is cooked. It looks delicious. So now you're going to go ahead and add your garlic. This is optional, so you don't have to, but it gives it a different flavor. So just go ahead and quickly saute that around because you don't want your garlic to burn. So about just like 30 seconds. And we're going to go ahead and add our tomatoes next. At this point, we're going to go ahead and add our tomatoes. Let's go ahead and pour that in. So now your tomatoes are going to take about 5 minutes because you want them to get like soft and smushy. It's going to like start letting go of its own juice. So this one we're going to cook it, be stirring it, but it's going to take about 5 minutes for the next step. So this is how you want your tomato to look. It looks like smushy, it released its own juice, looks delicious. So now we're going to go ahead and add your zucchinis. So just go ahead and throw them all in. Give it a stir. And remember, zucchinis have water too, so they're going to release their own juice, their own water content that they have in there. We're going to go ahead and add our corn. So your corn is optional. You don't have to put it. So like if you're doing keto or anything like that, you can't have corn. So you can leave the corn out of it. And just go ahead and mix it. And then this part here is actually optional as well. So my grandma has always put 1 can of el pato sauce. It does have quite an amount of, I don't know where the nutrition things at. Does have sodium, does have carbs, so it's optional if you want to keep it out or just use a little bit of water and salt. But since that's the way my grandma does it, I'm going to go ahead and do it grandma's way today. So we're going to go ahead and add just a little bit of water. Not a lot because your calabazas va a soltar jugo. It's going to release its own water. And then And then we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of consomme de pollo, which is about 2 teaspoons. So you can put that amount, and then you're just gonna go ahead and stir it. So if you're gonna choose the option to not put el can of el pato sauce, all you're gonna do is just put a little tiny bit of water, and then you can put your consomme, but you probably shouldn't. So you can just do your sea salt if you wanted to go ahead and do it that way. So now that we have everything mixed in here, you're just gonna go ahead and cover it and let it cook and simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then I'll show you how it looks. So it's been about 15 minutes, so we're gonna come in check on our calabazas. I forgot to mention to you guys that during this process you do reduce the heat to low. So look at how delicious this looks. You have a lot of different colors, green, yellow, red. They look amazing. So you can just get a fork to check on your calabazas. So I can't even get one, so that means they're cooked because they're pretty soft. There you go. So they look soft and cooked. You can leave it for a little bit longer, but then if you're going to have to reheat it, you don't want it to get too soft. So you can go ahead and turn it off. And then this is where your cheese comes in place. You can go ahead and put your cheese, so it's just going to naturally melt on with the heat. Look at how delicious these look. So I put a lot in the plate, but it's up to you. You can have it as a side dish with some chicken, some wheat rice, some white rice, however you like. Or you can just have a whole bowl of calabazas a la mexicana. So let's give this a try. They are I already know they're delicious, but I'm going to try it for you guys. They're a little hot. Like, you get the crunchiness of the corn. You can taste a little bit of the butter part. You don't taste the garlic, it just gives it a different flavor. If you do it without the garlic and then you do it with the garlic, you're going to see the little different hint. And then your cheese, you can top it off with more cheese if you really like a lot of cheese. But I hope you guys give it a try. Now that it's getting a little bit chillier in the afternoons, you can still eat healthy. You can have some calabazas. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll be back with more videos.